What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. People know Kevin Samuels as an image consultant. You know him as a person that interviews women. He gives some relationship advice, consultations as a consultant, which is a core part of his business. And he's also an awesome content creator. But one of the things that people forget, Kevin Samuels is a highly intelligent man. By far one of the, I would say, top 1 or 2% thinkers in the creative space. He's more calculated than what people give him credit for. He's typically 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 steps above most of us as content creators. Now I'm pretty good for sure, but he sees things before they happen, and he thinks about things before they happen. So when you look at a post like this, dating music, where would you travel first? December 26th to January the 8th, provided that everything is open and available. You guys just don't understand how intelligent this post is. Do you? Like, just look at the options there. Brazil, Colombia, Dominican Republic, and Europe. Now, you see these comments, people talking about Brazil and Colombia is a toss-up and all that stuff. But if you look at these places, what do these places have in common? 3 of the top 4 are where black men are traveling to. Brazil, Colombia, Dominican Republic. That took up 60% of the available options. But Europe was 40%. This is not just a travel thing or go take your COVID vaccine thing that we're talking about. No, Kevin is much more intelligent than that. What he's doing is, black women, I want you to see something here. Where and who could your competition be? And if these guys had an opportunity to leave where you were at and go visit, who would they go see? Brazilians, Colombians, Europe. Now, many people that watch Kevin Samuels are men. Why would those guys choose Europe? Now, Europe is cold in December through January. Everybody knows that, unless you're in Southern Europe, and then that, Italy, maybe Malta, Cyprus, possibly. But Europe is relatively cold. London is cold as shit. Poland, forget about it. Czech Republic, you'll die in an ice storm. But black men are wanting to go look at Europe. Why is that? Well, it's not because the euro is more expensive than the dollar, right? It's not because they want to go see France, because France is highly developed. Well, so is the States. But the reality is that there's a perception that European women or white women are going to be more receptive to them. And if they had their opportunity to travel there, they would understand that they could get or meet possibly another opportunity. It could be for business or whatever. But then also, either a woman that is black from Europe, because there are a lot of black women in the UK. There are a lot of black women in Europe too. But they will be able to find somebody with a different mentality that isn't in the West. And nobody got this post. Here is where the competition lies. And understanding Kevin Samuels like I know him, what is he trying to tell people? He's telling people, hey, these guys here, you don't want to compete for them, but you're going to have to. You want to keep these guys? You talking about these guys ain't shit, they're nothing? Hey, look at where these guys want to go. If all things was open and available, It could be the guy can't get off. It couldn't be but then the next thing you're going to see is guys in America, which is multifaceted when it comes to different races, high diversity. You're starting to see guys form these communities of women that are already there in America like this. That'll be the next thing. But the reality is that as black men in America start to become more understanding of the internet, the knowledge, being able to get more money, being able to improve themselves, it looks bad for some parts. And when we talk about African Americans, obviously there's the ADOS, or the African Americans that are descended, like me, Kevin Samuels, most of you brothers. Your ancestors came from the slave trade, but you have no relation to Africa or anything like that. But then there is that burgeoning new black population, the Nigerian Americans, like Brother Ike, and people that are half Nigerian, half African American. Those guys don't come from the same culture that we do with dating out. Like, if you're African American man, to date out if you're successful, it's seen as very disrespectful to the community. But not these other guys who come from Haiti, or who come from Kenya, or who come from South Africa. See? And so they're also watching Kevin Samuels, and guess what they're picking? They're picking also Europe. And that should let you know that with all things being equal, what are guys thinking? Okay? Because the travel community, shout out to people like, Master Teacher One, Black Men's Travels, Aaron Ferris, the late great Charles Tyler, Tailor Made Dreams. Guys like this have already kind of opened the door for what's going on out in the rest of the world. Oh, you mean there's opportunity for me to set up a business here? Like Edie Cole, he just called me before the show. Edie Cole, maybe we could show it in the background here. Edie Cole has one of the Atlanta Nights, right? He took the Atlanta experience over to Puerto Plata, right, in Dominican Republic. So you're seeing African American business owners transform their culture from America into the business environment for tourism and extreme capitalism, and at the same time making American money, right? And then they're dealing in a tropical landset, or a tropical setting, with very beautiful women who are coming up in a paternalistic place. So you wouldn't know that if you didn't get a chance to visit. So guys are visiting and then starting to resettle things there and kind of becoming by continental or by coastal, if you want to say that, or flirting with the opportunities of dual citizenship. This is a serious thing for guys. And as it's starting to grow, and guys are leaving and coming back and leaving, coming back, it makes it worse for the women who are just there. Because men are more likely to leave anyway. Men are more likely to risk risk it all someplace else anyway. So as more guys get comfortable with this, it doesn't look good for a population of women who are already 2 million less than the population, who are losing their men and women already in the States. This is just Pandora's box. It's not going to get wet. It's going to get worse in Black America. This is just the beginning of the end if things don't change. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.